It's time to Find a Way with Coach Brian Barone on KGSO.
In this episode of Find a Way, I have Chris Jans joining me. He has over 20 years of college coaching experience and is currently on the Wichita State University Shocker basketball staff. Coach Jans carries great respect from his peers and a resume that spans across all levels of college coaching. Coach Jans has been a successful head coach at the Division I level, where he took over a 20-loss team and in his first year had one of the nation's biggest turnarounds in guiding his team to 21 wins. He also has won a national championship as a junior college head coach. To simply put it, he has a knack for being part of changing losing teams to winning teams. High character and high winning percentage describes Coach Jans. Since being hired by Coach Marshall, he has been part of Wichita State only winning 11 games to 5 years later making the Final Four. Finding a way to help restore, establish, and sustain a program's culture is in his DNA. You've managed to help build Wichita State into a national power in your time here. But the most impressive thing to me is the ability for you all to sustain it at a high level by continuing to win Missouri Valley Conference championships and NCAA tournament games. What has allowed you to do so?
Well, I think a number of factors have played into our success. I think first and foremost, as you well know, it starts with recruiting. I mean, recruiting is the lifeblood of anyone's successful program. And for the most part, we've done a pretty good job of recruiting the type of student athletes to Wichita State that fit Coach Marshall's playing philosophy, which is very important. Obviously, it's important to find kids that possess talent, size, skill, athleticism. But even of equal importance is, are they a good fit for the way your head coach, in this instance, Greg Marshall, wants to play? And for him, it's also important what type of people they are off the floor. We want young man with high character, young people who he enjoys being around on and off the floor because of all the time we spend with one another. So I think recruiting is probably the number one factor. And then the second thing is once you get these kids in your program, you have to develop them. I mean, developing young people is important to us, both on the floor and off the floor. We try to create a winning culture within our program where everyone brings their lunchbox every day and they're trying to get better on the floor, in the classroom, or whatever endeavor they're dealing with. And then the third thing would be just staying hungry. You mentioned the success we've had, and there's a lot to be attributed to it, but I think just staying hungry, and it starts at the top. Coach Marshall's never satisfied with the program where it's at. He's always striving for more, and that focus bleeds into our staff, which eventually gets to our players. So we try to stay hungry, even with the success we've had along the ride. And again, as you know, it's one thing to climb the ladder, but it's another thing to stay there. It's probably harder to stay there once you get there, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
That was Chris Jans from Wichita State Shocker basketball. And this is Coach Brian Barone, and that was your tip of the day to Find a Way.